everybody, what's up, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about my guitar collection. So I figured it's the beginning of the year, it's 2022, and I've never done a guitar collection video, so I figure I would do one at the beginning of the year because I know I'm going to end up with more guitars before the end of the year is out, so there will be more added to it to see again at the end of the year for next year. So I wanted to start off with some classic guitars, and that would be my Les Pauls. And I have a few Les Pauls I want to show you guys, and then we'll work my way on down through all the guitars I have, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. So we're going to start off with this Les Paul right here. This is probably the oldest one that I have. This is actually a Epiphone Les Paul. This is the Les Paul Standard. This is a beautiful, beautiful guitar. It's super heavy. When you compare this to some of the newer Les Pauls that come out, this thing is a hunk of wood. A hunk of wood. But it's got a beautiful finish on it. It's an amazing looking guitar. It's got a nice neck on it. I mean, it's not too fat, not too skinny, but you definitely feel like you're holding the guitar. And this thing sounds amazing. I mean, I think because it's such a thick guitar, it's got so much weight to it, that it just gives this great rock tone sound. And I love it. And the story behind this guitar, I'm going to tell you a story about this one and another one that I have, how I ended up with this. I actually was looking online, I was shopping online, and I saw that Guitar Center had a guitar like this for sale. And so it said it was in good condition, and I was looking for another Les Paul, and the price was right. So I drove down to Guitar Center, which is about 45 minutes away from me, and I get down there, and the guitar that they said was in good condition was not in good condition. It was falling apart. The input jack was falling out, the knobs were all loose and everything, the switch was all loose. It was just the electronics were having issues. The guitar was beat up, and it wasn't in good condition. I even called them out on it and told them they need to do some repairs on it before they put it back in, or drop the price on it. But so I ended up not buying that guitar. But there's a Sam Ash that's right next door to that Guitar Center. So I walked over to that the Sam Ash. I left the Guitar Center and went over to the Sam Ash, and I walked in there and I started playing some guitars. And I had mentioned to him that, you know, I'd like to find a used Les Paul, maybe a used Epiphone Les Paul. And they actually had this guitar in the back. They hadn't put it out yet. And so the sales guy brought it out, and I played it, and I liked it, and I just really loved the way it sounded. So I bought it, and this is where it ended up. And it's here now, and I'm going to keep it, and I'll probably keep it forever because it's a beautiful guitar, and I enjoy playing it. It's great for playing in the studio. I don't play it live because it is heavy, and I'll use it at practice sometimes, but I will only do it for a couple songs just because it's heavy. And I have back issues, but I love playing this guitar. And for sitting here jamming in the studio, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better sounding guitar for recording and playing on. If you want to know the specs, you guys can look it up. This guitar was made from they started making this version in 2002, so this was done from 2002 until 2011, and then they modified it and changed it a little bit, and I will show you what that looks like because I do have one that's a newer one. But yep, that's my Epiphone Les Paul Standard, and I love it, and it's just a great guitar, and I can't say enough about it. It's a really awesome guitar, and if you ever get a chance to play one or have one, I would recommend getting it. So that's that one. So let's move on to this really awesome Epiphone Classic that I picked up. This is a 2020. Picked this up a year ago when they first came out. It was a year or so ago. This was a 2020 release, I think. 2019 or 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below. But I had always wanted them to make a purple Les Paul. I know that Gibson has made one in the past. I just couldn't afford it. But I always wanted them to do one in an Epiphone. And then when I saw this this purple burst, I just was like, I gotta have that guitar. And I'm really glad I bought it because it's a really amazing playing guitar. It's got really nice weight and feel to it. It's still got some good weight to it, but it's not near as heavy as that one there. It's got a really amazing finish on it. It's all black on the back. And this is the worn finish, so you can kind of see the wood grains in it. I don't know if you guys can see that. See the wood grains in the actual guitar. But it's just a really cool look. And the pictures and the photos that you see online do not do this guitar justice. I love the zebra pickups in it. It just sounds really great, and it's also got split coils, so you can split the coils on there, which is super nice. That gives it so many different tones, and this thing has just great sound, great playability. My bass player really likes this guitar as well. He just really enjoys playing it, and it's got a really nice thinner neck this way. It's a little bit thicker this way. The one thing I will say about this guitar, because of the neck, is it makes my hand a little bit more tired than other guitars do, but I do enjoy playing it. It's really smooth. It came really well set up when I bought it. I did have my guitar tech set it up the way I like it, but just an amazing guitar, and they're not super expensive. These are actually in a really good price range. I think they're like $449, I want to say, right around $500. And for a nice Les Paul, you can't go wrong. It's amazing guitar. And I do have a review of this guitar on the channel, so if you guys want to go check that out so you can kind of see what it sounds like and stuff, there is a review on this guitar on my channel, so you can check that out as well. And there's a lot of reviews on this guitar. But yeah, that's my Epiphone Les Paul Classic, and I can't complain. I love this guitar. I've always been a big Les Paul fan, and so it's a great guitar to own. And yeah, that's it. My Epiphone Les Paul Classic. The Warm Purple Burst. Love it. It's a great guitar. So let's put that down here, and let's get the next one. It's hanging on the wall over here, so let me grab that one. Alright, so this is my Epiphone Les Paul Standard Pro. So this is the newer version of this guitar. These ones they started making in 2011 up to current. This is the current Les Paul Standard Pro that they make in this burst. This guitar is so much lighter than that guitar. It's crazy. It's in a gloss finish. This is a really nice gloss finish. Beautiful guitar. Just super nice. This one plays really great. It's a lot lighter. This one this is one that I will actually play live and gig with and stuff, because the weight is so nice on it. It's not super heavy and it doesn't wear me out. This guitar has a really funny story behind it, how I ended up getting this guitar. So what happened is that the day I was buying this Les Paul, when I was down at the guitar store, I was coming out of the guitar store and I ran into this drummer. His name's Rick. Shout out to Rick. And Rick was a drummer in a band that I had jammed with for a few times and stuff, and I thought about joining. And so we had jammed and we got to know each other. And so long story short, I come walking out and he was pulled up there, and I was like, "Hey Rick, what's going on?" He's like, "Not much." I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I got a couple guitars I want to sell." And I was like, "Oh, what do you got?" And so he shows me what he's got, and he had a Ovation acoustic-electric, which I wasn't interested in. But then he pulled this out, and I saw this, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's a super nice guitar." I was like, "I'd love to have that." I said, "But I just literally bought this guitar right here," and I was like, "I can't afford it." So he told me what he wanted for it, and the price was very reasonable. I was like, I can't afford that. I said, I can't. I just literally just bought that guitar. And so what he does, and we hadn't known each other that long, but what he does, he's like, "Well, here, just take it and pay me what you can when you can." And he handed me the guitar. And I was like, "Man, I can't do that." But he wouldn't take no, so I ended up bringing this guitar home. And so I ended up coming home with this guitar and that guitar that day. So I ended up with 2 Les Pauls that day. And that's how I ended up with this guitar. And I think that's kind of a cool story, because Rick is a super cool guy. He plays in a couple bands. He's a drummer in a couple bands, and he's a really great guy. And the fact that he was willing to let me take this, he hadn't known me probably maybe 2 months, month or two, and he was able to let me take this guitar home and just pay him when I could. I really appreciate that, and it's an amazing guitar. Sounds great. And this one actually has the split coils, so you can split the coils. That's what's really nice about this guitar, is that you can split the coils, and that is something that's an upgrade from the other one. So having that split coil feature is really nice, especially when you're doing cleans and stuff. You want to get your guitar to sound like an acoustic guitar. That split coil is super nice. But it's a beautiful flame top, and it's just an amazing guitar, and I love it. I enjoy playing it, and it's going to stay in the collection. It's not going to go anywhere. I really like it, and I like the story behind it, so I'm definitely going to keep it. So yeah. So that's that. Epiphone Les Paul Standard Pro. this is one that you can get currently today and find it pretty much anywhere. So there you go. That's that. Beautiful guitar. Alright, and my next one is, you guys should know this one. This is my Slash Epiphone Signature Les Paul. This one I got when they first came out. It's a little dirty right there. This one I got this year when they were first released. I can't remember exactly what month that was, but when they first got released, I picked this one up. If you haven't watched the video, I have 2 videos on this guitar. The audio on the first one wasn't that great, so I apologize for that, but I did a follow-up on it. But this is a really great guitar. I really love it. Slash, I'm a big fan of Slash. So I used to have the original Epiphone Signature one they had, which is a really great guitar, and I wish I hadn't sold that one. But when they came out this one, this was kind of the one that was going to replace that. So that's one of the reasons why I bought it. This came with locking tuners. It came with what they call custom burst buckers or custom pro wound humbuckers, whatever they call it, that were from Epiphone. The thing I will tell you about this guitar that sets it apart from the other ones is the fact that the body is a little bit thinner here than the older ones, and the neck is a little bit skinnier here and here. And I don't know if that's something that Slash did, because that's the way he likes it, but the neck has a totally different feel than all 3 of the other Les Pauls I showed you, and the body is a hair thinner. If you lay them down side by side, you can see that difference. This guitar is not super heavy, but it still has really good weight to it. And this is another one that I have no problems playing live because it doesn't wear me out like that one does. That one's the most heavy one I have when it comes to the Les Pauls. But I really like this guitar. It has so many mixed feelings on it. If you go watch my second video, I talk about all the crazy comments that came after I reviewed this guitar. You'd think that I was somebody that had something to do with making it or something, the way it all came across. But this is not a bad guitar. But out of all these, this is the most expensive one as well. These are going for about $950 right now in the US. When I bought it, it was actually $899. It's gone up since then. But I love the Appetite. Appetite for Structure was my favorite Guns N' Roses album. So I wanted the Appetite one. That's just kind of nostalgic for me. And it's a really good looking guitar, really nice. It's got Slash's emblem on the back. It's got his signature on the headstock. And I enjoy it. I love it. I don't have any complaints about it. I mean, I can say that we'd all love to have the Slash Seymour Duncans in it, but you can buy those and put them in it. I wish they would come in it, but that's here and there. It's a great guitar, and I don't plan on getting rid of it. It's going to stay in my collection. It's one of the only signature ones I have. I only have one other one that's a signature one, which you guys will see. But yeah, I like it, and I'm going to keep it. It's going to stick around. It's a really nice Les Paul, and I have no complaints whatsoever about it. It's just a beautiful guitar. So yeah, and it plays well, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's it. Slash Signature Series Epiphone. Really nice. Okay, next one is my ESP. This is an ESP LTT ESC EC. ESP LTT. I can't talk. It's an ESP LTD EC 256. Wow, I couldn't get that out. That's so crazy. But this guitar is amazing. I love this guitar. I bought this guitar like 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago now. And I actually found it in Alexandria, Virginia at it's either Guitar Center in Alexandria, Virginia or the Guitar Center in Maryland. I can't remember. I went to both of them that day. But this guitar was on sale. They had $100 off of it. And I played it and I loved it. And I fell in love with this guitar. This guitar sounds amazing. It's got split coils on it so you can split your coils. It has this really nice slim neck, which I like. It's skinnier than any Les Pauls that I have. This guitar plays really fast. It's got a nice thin body. It's not stupid heavy. It's also got the belly cuts on it right here for your belly cuts. And it just plays and sounds like a dream. And it stays in tune really well. And it's just an amazing guitar. And I love playing. And this was my #1 guitar for a long time. I mean, I just really and it still is one of my favorites to play, and it's one of my favorites to play all the time. This one gets played a lot, and I just love this guitar. Beautiful flame burst on that Heritage Cherry Flame Burst. Has the EC256 written right there with the pearl inlays, humbuckers, and it's just a great guitar. If you guys have not tried one of these, if you like Les Pauls and you're a single cut guitar person and you don't want to spend a crazy amount of money for a guitar, these are the guitars to buy. These are not that expensive. They've gone up since I bought mine. They used to run, depending on what version you got, between $400 and $450. Now they're up to $500. They're like $549, and they actually don't make this color anymore. They don't do this Heritage Burst anymore. You can get it in white, you can get it black, you can get it black with gold hardware. They have a purple one, they have a red one, they have a honey burst one, and they have like a yellow lemon one. But they're amazing guitars for about $549. They're amazing guitars, and I actually am planning on buying another one. Just not this. I can't get the same color. I'm planning on getting another one either in white or black, probably. I haven't decided which one, maybe both. But I love this guitar, and for that price range, you get a lot of guitar for a little bit of money, and they're 100% worth it. I highly recommend, if you're at a guitar store and you like Les Paul body style guitars, to try one of these out, because it's not going to break the bank. Well, guys, I don't know what just happened. My camera turned off while I was talking about this guitar. But anyway, what I was saying is, this is a great guitar. This is the ESP LTD EC256. You should definitely check this guitar out. This is a phenomenal guitar. I don't know why my camera turned off. It shouldn't have done that, but it did. But great guitar, great price, great value, and I highly recommend this guitar for anybody that likes a single cut Les Paul style guitar. They're awesome. Check these out. Beautiful guitar. Alright, moving on. So, the only Ibanez that I own in my collection, and there is a review on this up on my channel. You guys can check this out. This is the Ibanez GIO. This is in the black and red. These guitars are super budget friendly, and they play and sound amazing. I mean, if you guys want a shred guitar and you don't have a whole lot of money, these Ibanez GIOs are the bomb. Go check out my video. Go check out other people's videos. For about $230, you can get this awesome guitar. I love the red and black. I love the red inlays on it. I love the red and black trim. It's red and black on the binding. They just did a really good job. It's got a nice skinny neck here. It gets a little wide down here, but it gets thinner down here. But a nice skinny neck. It's very fast, very playable. These are just phenomenal budget-friendly guitars. I mean, Ibanez, when they made these, knocked it out of the park. And when I saw this, I just loved the way this guitar looked. And I originally started off playing Ibanez's, so I had to get one to try it out. And I plan on picking up a few more Ibanez's down the road, but right now I'm buying all kinds of other stuff that I'm more interested in. But I will get a few more down the road. Probably get another Ibanez GIO. But these are great guitars, and I just can't say enough about this Ibanez. They're just great guitars. Ibanez makes really good stuff. Like I said, I started out on them, and I just love this black and red finish. I just think this looks just slick. It looks slick. I will say that sometimes when we have lights going and stuff, it's really hard to see the dots here because they're black and the red. It gets tough when you're playing on stage to see that. But it's still a great sounding guitar. If you go check out my review, just super budget friendly and really well made. I mean, it came awesomely set up, and it actually stays in tune really well. The tuners on this thing, they're just stock Ibanez tuners, whatever they put on there. But man, this thing holds a tune really well. I'm so impressed with these GIOs. Just an amazing guitar. They make this in a red and white too, which is really cool. I actually wouldn't mind having that. But just a really great, fun guitar to jam with and play on, and I can't say enough about it. That's an Ibanez GIO, man. Love it. Really awesome guitar, but it's the only Ibanez I got. So there you go, my only Ibanez. All right, now we get into some of my favorite guitars out of all the guitars I have, not counting that ESP. But now we're getting into a little bit more of the higher end stuff, and we're getting into ones that are some of my just really favorite impressive guitars that I really love to play. And the first one is this is the PRS SC 245 single cut, and I love this guitar. This guitar is an amazing single cut guitar. ESP just knocked it out of the park with this. I love the pearl inlays with the birds. I love the zebra pickups. 2 tones, 2 volumes. Just super, super beautiful guitar. Very well made. Not too heavy, but not too light. This is just a workhorse. If you play rock, metal, whatever, I'm a rock guitar player. I play rock and metal, southern rock, and this guitar covers all that amazingly. The cleans are awesome. The rhythm read, I mean, I can't say enough about this guitar. It's awesome. I have several videos of me playing this guitar. There's also a review up of this guitar as well that you guys can check out. And these guitars are phenomenal. And if you're interested in a PRS and you've been wanting one and you look at the prices and stuff, the SE lines are awesome. This guitar is right around $700, I think. It's like $679, a little over $7 depending on where you get it from. And it comes with a really nice gig bag, and I can't say enough about PRS. I just got this one. I've had this guitar for maybe a year now, and I can't say enough about it. I mean, this guitar makes me want to buy a whole bunch of other PRSs, which I plan on getting. But I just love it. I love the single cut, and it's just an amazing guitar. Beautiful, really, really good looking guitar, and I can't say enough about it. I mean, they're just awesome. I definitely recommend checking one of these out because they're great guitars. They're just solid guitars, and they won't break the bank. So yeah, definitely check one out. All right, now we got my second PRS. I only have 2 of them. This is the second one I have. This was actually the first one I bought. This is the PRS SC Standard, and it's in the blue, and I love this blue finish. It's got a white binding on it. It's got zebra pickups on it. It's got a 3-way toggle. I think it's 3-way toggle switch. Split coils on it, so it has a split coil, which is really nice. And it's got the 24 frets, so you can get way down on here. Or what is it? 12, 15, 17, 19, 20, 24. Yeah, 24 frets. Sorry, 24 frets, and it's got the bird inlays on it, and this guitar is awesome. I mean, again, PRS. You can't go wrong with PRS. PRS makes really great guitars. This is a super budget-friendly guitar. Again, this guitar is around the, I don't know, $700 range, $657, I can't remember, somewhere in there, $680, $700 range, somewhere in there, and $650, $649, somewhere in there. And just, these are amazing guitars. I love how thin these guitars are. These guitars are very light. They're very well made. Nice thin body. It's got a nice belly cut on it. I didn't show the belly cut on the other one, but it's got the nice belly cut on it. The single cuts have belly cuts on them as well. And they're just amazing guitars. I mean, these are just, they sound great. They're fun to play. They're easy to play. The necks are not too fat, not too skinny. They're just nice thin necks. You can really get your hand around it. I have smaller hands, and that's why I really like the PRSs, because with my smaller hands I can really get up on these higher notes and stuff, where some, like on that Ibanez, when I'm trying to play down here, when I have it on a strap, I have a really hard time reaching up here. I have to really stretch. With this one, I don't. They're just amazing guitars. These standards, these SC Standards, if you like the double cutaway and stuff, this SC Standard is a great start in the PRS world. Just a phenomenal guitar. I mean, I can't say enough about this. Now, this also comes with the tremolo on it, but I don't like tremolos, so I blocked this one. And what I mean by blocked it is I actually went in back here, took off the plate, and I have wood blocks in there that actually lock this in place now, so this doesn't move at all anymore, because I don't play with the tremolo. So now it's like a hardtail or a stop tail now, so I don't have to worry about it. So I don't have to worry about it getting knocked out of tune or anything when I'm doing that. But this is a really just phenomenal guitar, and I love this guitar, and I love the blue. This blue, I don't know if you can see, it might look darker in here. It's a dark blue, but it's not super dark blue. I think it looks darker on camera. Not sure if that light will catch it or not, where you guys can see it, but it's a beautiful dark deep blue, and it's blue on the back and the front. Excuse me, I'm burping, drinking too much Coke. But these are amazing guitars, and I definitely recommend one of these all day long. I'm planning on building up my PRS collection because I have fallen in love with PRSs. They're just amazing guitars. You can't go wrong with them. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I got to play it was a PRS hollow body It's the PRS Hollow Body 2 with a Pezio, I can't remember how it is. Pezio, whatever in it. It's got this crazy thing where you can plug in, it's got two plug-ins. You can actually plug into an acoustic amp and your guitar amp at the same time, and you can go back and forth and you can blend it. It was nuts. It was nuts. I should have done a video on it, but I just took a picture, and that guitar was just crazy. I mean, it was just amazing playing. Super beautiful guitar. The most expensive guitar I've ever played in my life. You guys can look up how much it costs. I'm not going to say how much it costs, but it's expensive. I mean, you could buy a car for what that guitar cost. I mean, it was crazy, but it was awesome to play. It was super cool to play, and I'm thankful for the guy that brought it over to the studio. Let's jam on it. But anyway, back to these PRS SC Standards. They're great guitars. They come in 3 different colors. They come in a blue, they come in a red, and they come in like a brown burst or wood burst. I don't know what you want to call it. It's got like I said, there's a cherry, there's the blue, and then there's like a brown wood kind of burst one. They're great guitars, and I love them, and I plan on getting more PRSs. So that's the PRS right there. Great guitar. Love it. It's awesome. Okay, now we're going to get into my #1 favorite guitars that I have, and all of these ones I'm getting ready to show you, these next 4, are my top favorites. Out of all the guitars I have, these are my top favorites as far as they go, and they're my Schecters. I love Schecters. I'm a huge Schecter fan, and I can't say enough about them. And we're going to start off, this is the Schecter Omen Extreme 6. This is in the black burst or charcoal flame, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if the light can catch that up, but it's this charcoal flame top. It's got split coils, 3-way switch, Schecter pickups in it. It's a string through body, and they're just amazing guitars. This thing stays in tune like nobody's business. Plays amazing. 24 frets. Just can't say enough about it. The necks are super thin. They're thin this way and they're thin this way. These are super fast. If you want a fast shredding guitar, these are the guitars. These are the easiest guitars I have to play out of all the guitars I own. I love them. They don't wear my hands out. I can play these things forever, and they're just gorgeous, gorgeous guitars. Schecter has done it right. Schecter knows what they're doing, and they know how to do it. And these Omen Extremes, you can buy the Omen Extreme or the Omens, the Omen 6s. You can get the Omen 6 or Omen 6 Extremes. This is Omen Extreme 6. They're awesome. They run the Omen 6s run about $399, and then the Omen Extreme 6s are between $499 and like $499 to $549, depending on which one you end up getting. But these guitars are phenomenal and amazing, and I love these guitars. And this one, the story behind this one, when I got this one, I was looking for a Schecter, and I was looking online, and I actually found this one on eBay. And there was a young girl, a 19-year-old girl that was selling it. And the story behind this guitar is that her parents bought this guitar for her, and they wanted her to learn how to play guitar. And she messed around with it for a couple months, and then this guitar sat under her bed for 2 years. And then she put it on eBay and sold it. And I got this guitar so cheap. It was with the case. I mean, this guitar was brand new. I mean, literally brand new. I mean, she had hardly played it. It came with a case. It was in mint condition when I got it, and I got it so cheap that it was just ridiculous. I couldn't not buy it, and I jumped on it and bought it, and I've had it for many, many years. And it's actually probably, I've had this guitar, out of all the guitars that I'm going to show you, this one's probably been around the longest. With the ones that I have now, this is probably the oldest one that I have. And I love it. I will never sell it. It's a 100% workhorse, and I play it all the time. This gets played every week, no matter what. This one gets picked up and jammed on, and I love it. And if you guys haven't checked out the Omens or Omen Extreme 6s, you definitely need to do it. They got some really cool new colors coming out in these. There's all kinds of different colors you can get. And as I was saying, because my camera just cut off again, I don't know what's going on with my GoPro, but it's being goofy. These are awesome guitars. So check these out. Great guitars, very budget friendly, in that $400 to $500 range, depending on if you go the Omen or Omen Extreme 6. They're awesome. Like I said, this is the Omen Extreme 6. I love them, and they're awesome. If you're looking for a great just rock or metal guitar, this is the way to go. Okay, now this one is crazy cool. This is another Schecter. There's a crazy story behind this. I'm not sure if I'm going to tell you the whole story, but I'll kind of tell you part of the story. This guitar is a cracked mirror guitar. This is actually a Zacky Vengeance Signature Series guitar, and I ended up with this guitar kind of by accident. Now, this guitar was pretty beat up. It's got some pretty significant dings and stuff in it there, pretty scratched up. And when I first saw this guitar, when this guitar showed up at my house, you couldn't even tell that this was a mirrored finish. It looked like it was just some dull gray painted job. This guitar was not taken care of very well at all. I mean, it was beat up, and I didn't even know it was a Schecter. So the story behind it is that my daughter and her ex-boyfriend now came and stayed with me for a little while, and they had brought their guitar. She had a Washburn. It was a hunk of junk Washburn, falling apart too, and they brought this guitar, and I told them I would take a look at them. I set them both in the guitar rack. I didn't even pay any attention to this guitar whatsoever, because it just looked like some hunk of junk. It was so beat up and so dirty and dusty. Like, I couldn't even see, excuse me, you couldn't even see the cracks in it. And so I didn't pay any attention to it. Well, long story short, we ended up having some issues with the boyfriend, had some issues with my daughter. They ended up leaving. They did some damage to my house, and they left a bunch of their stuff here, and they never came back and got it. They didn't want it, so they left it. They didn't care about it, and so this was one of the things that got left behind. And I decided I was going to clean those guitars up and just get rid of them, because I didn't want anything to do with them. And so I had cleaned up my daughter's guitar and actually gave that one away to a guy that didn't have money to buy one, but he was a nice guy, and I gave him that guitar because it really wasn't worth much. And then I started messing around with this one. And I looked on the back of the neck stock, because you couldn't tell anywhere else, and it said SGR right there. And when I saw the SGR and then I saw the Zacky Vengeance signature on it, I was like, is that a Schecter? And so I looked it up, and then I found out what it was. I found out it was a Zacky Vengeance Signature Series guitar. These are actually pretty darn expensive guitars. These things were going for like $12.99 when they were released. And so I was kind of blown away. But this thing was falling apart. Like, the knobs were falling off, the pickups were falling out, the input jack was falling out, it was shot. I tightened everything up the best I could just to plug it in to hear it. And when I strummed that first chord and I heard the pickups in this thing and heard how good it sounded, I knew I needed to get it repaired. So I took it to a good friend of mine, guitar tech buddy that works on all my guitars. He fixed it, repaired the whole thing. We cleaned it up, and this is what it looks like now. And it's an amazing guitar. Now, I've seen some of these used. The cheapest I've seen one of these used is about $800 going used. It's a super awesome guitar. I think it's super unique, and it sounds amazing. So this one's going to stay in my guitar collection just because it's something that you can't find anymore. And I think it's pretty cool. I like the cracked mirror thing. Kind of reminds me of Paul Stanley from Kiss. That's why I like it too. And it's a Schecter. So it's an awesome guitar. I love it. And it's not going anywhere. So it's going to stay in the collection. It's awesome. Okay, let's try this again. This is my Schecter CR6. My camera's acting goofy, so I don't know what's going on. It keeps cutting off on me. But again, this is my Schecter CR6. It's got the green burled top on it. These are super skinny guitars, really lightweight, really thin necks, thin everywhere that you can imagine. This has got the skinniest neck of any guitar I can play. This thing is fast. It sounds amazing. I love this guitar. Like, I saw this guitar and played this guitar, and I had to have it. Like, I saw pictures of it, found out that Guitar Center had it down in Richmond, drove down to Guitar Center, played this guitar, and bought it on the spot, and I don't regret it. This is one of my number ones. This gets played all the time. It's either number one or number two, depending on which Schecter I got in my hands at the time. But I love this guitar. These things are running about $7.99 now. They jumped up $100. It was $6.99 when I bought it back in the day. I've had this for a few years now, probably 3 years. Yeah, 3 years now. And they're just amazing. You got your 5-way or 3-way switch. Sorry, you got 3-way switch. You got coil split on the volume, and they're just awesome, awesome guitars. I love this guitar. I can play this guitar for days. They sound amazing. Just so easy to play. If you got small hands, if you're somebody with small hands, this guitar is the guitar to get. That neck is so small, it's ridiculous. It's got the smallest neck of any guitar I've ever played in my life. And they're just amazing guitars. I can't say enough about this guitar. Definitely one of my favorites that I have in my collection. It's definitely my go-to, one of my go-tos. This one and the next one I'm going to show you are my two main go-tos that I play all the time. And I play all my guitars. I pretty much go through all my guitars in a week's time. I'll play most of them because I go through them. But the main two that I play 99.9% of the time is this one and the next one that I'm going to show you guys. And they're just, this is awesome. Schecter, man, Schecter is the bomb as far as I'm concerned. Schecter makes phenomenal guitars. All right, everybody, I apologize for my camera. I don't know what's going on with it. It's getting hot for some reason. It keeps turning off. But anyway, these Schecter CR6s are amazing guitars. Just phenomenal guitars. You can't go wrong with them. Highly recommend you checking them out. And they will go on sale. I've seen them on sale several times. So if you can pick one of these up on sale, you usually get $100 off on it. And they're so worth it. I would love to actually get another one of these. I like these guitars so much that I would own two. I'd own 3 or 4 of them because they're so awesome. I've actually thought about buying one in each color that they have because the colors are cool and the guitars are amazing and they fit me to a T and I just love them. So that's the Schecter CR6. Just a great, solid guitar, and I can't say enough about it. They're awesome. I love them. Okay, last but not least is my Schecter Omen Elite. This is the most recent Schecter that I bought. It comes in the burled blue. I don't know if that lighting will pick it up so you guys can see the blue or not. Try to get you some blue shots. Blue, if you guys can see that color or not. But this is a really awesome blue with a burled and a black kind of burst on it. It's got this super gray back. I don't know if that picks that up. It was like gray and brown on the back of it, which is just the aesthetics of this guitar is just crazy. It's got black binding all the way around, all the way up the headstock. Just an amazing guitar. Five-way switch on it. You got a volume and a tone. That's what I like. It's simple, just a volume, a tone, and a 5-way switch. I love that. Just 2 knobs is all I want. I want a volume and a tone, and I want my switch. And that's it. I love that simplicity of this guitar. This thing has an amazing neck. It's super smooth on the back, super fast on the front. Just, I can't say enough about this guitar. This guitar stays in tune really well. I will say that this guitar and all the guitars, temperature-wise, they get affected. But the Schecters, once you get them in tune and the wood gets warmed up, these things stay in tune. They stay in tune where I'm not having to tune them all the time. And that's what I love about these guitars. It's got regular Schecter tuners on the back. But these Schecter Omen Elites, I can't say enough about them. They're freaking crazy awesome. This is a beautiful guitar. It feels great. It's super slender. It's got the belly cut. It's got the belly cut in it right there. So it's nice and comfortable. It's super lightweight. It won't wear you out, and they sound phenomenal. So when I was talking about my number ones, this is my number 1 or number 2 as well. It's either the CR6 or this Schecter Omen Elite. They're my 2 number 1 guitars, or number 2, depending on it. They're go-tos for either one. These are the 2 that I play. These are the 2 that if I'm going to a gig, these ones are going with me. These are the ones I'm going to be playing 90% of the time. Every now and then I like to switch up and play other guitars. I do like to switch it up. But as far as my go-to, I want to play on guitars, these 2 are it. I love these guitars. And these guitars are super budget friendly. These guitars right now, they're only running $499. And I know that price is going to go up. So you better jump on these now. These come in 3 different colors. They come in the blue. They come in this really awesome like blood red. And then they come in like a charcoal type brown with the burl. It's a burl brown. But these things are amazing guitars. For the money, you can't go wrong. I mean, just so playable, so fast, so smooth, so amazing sounding. I can't say enough about this guitar. I can't say enough about Schecters in general. I love Schecters. I own more Schecters than I own any other guitar, pretty much. other than the Les Pauls, because I think I have about the same of them. But I love these Schecters, and I'm getting ready to buy a few more Schecters here soon, and I just can't say enough about them. They're just awesome guitars. I play this guitar every day. This guitar gets picked up and played. Just amazing guitar. Hopefully you guys can see that. Definitely try one of these out next time you're in a music store if you have a chance to play them. Schecter just knows what they're doing. They make awesome guitars. I can't say enough about them. Especially if you're a Strat guy and you like to play Strats and things, you should try out a Schecter, because I guarantee you probably like the Schecter over the Strat. That's just me. I'm not a Strat guy. I don't have anything against Strats. I just never liked them. I never liked the way they felt. Not about the way they sounded. It's about the way they felt when I played them. They just didn't feel right to me. But Schecters have always felt right to me. I love them. So you can't go wrong with this. This is an amazing guitar. Definitely try one of these out. They're phenomenal. They're just awesome. Awesome guitars. I can't say enough about them. Shred, play classic rock, rock, metal, southern rock, whatever you want to play on this thing, it'll do it. It'll do it all day long. Definitely. Schecter. 100%. Okay, so before I get out of the guitar thing and start talking about basses, I wanted to show you the only acoustic guitar I have. This is actually an acoustic-electric Dean. This guitar I bought many years ago. Probably, yeah, around 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. And it's just an amazing acoustic guitar. I love the white. I love the kind of tribal inlay here. The pearl inlays in it. And the thing that I love about this, it's not super skinny, but it's not super thick. It sounds really good, whether if you're playing just acoustically. It rings out really nice, so you can just strum it without plugging it in. But the nice thing about this has a super skinny guitar neck on it. It's not like those big fat acoustic necks that a lot of acoustic guitars come with. This has got a super skinny neck. I would say this is actually skinnier than a Les Paul neck. And I love it. It just plays really well. You can drop the action really low. You can play this like you're playing an electric guitar, which is really nice. It doesn't wear out your hands. I love the white. It's the white with the black bindings and everything on it. This is just an amazing guitar. If I remember correctly, this was right around about $450 when I bought it years ago. But they don't even make this one anymore. Dean doesn't make this guitar anymore. They have some other acoustics out there, which kind of is a bummer. So this was the Ultra, the EX Ultra is what this was. I'm reading on the inside of it right now. But yeah, if you can find one of these, oh my God, man. I mean, it's the only Dean I have, and it's an amazing acoustic guitar, and it's acoustic electric, like I said, so I can plug it in. It's got your treble and mid and stuff to adjust your bass and everything like there, so you can adjust your sounds and volume. It's got a tuner built in right there as well, and then your input jack with your battery and everything is right there, and just a great acoustic electric guitar. Can't say enough about it. Was really glad when I found this. I found this at a store in Charlottesville, Virginia. There's this guitar store that's over an automotive shop of all things, and they're a big Dean dealer, and I found this there, and I fell in love with it and had to buy it. So it's a little dusty because it's been hanging on the wall. It doesn't get played as much as it used to, but yeah, that's it. Dean acoustic electric, man. Dean makes a lot of really good acoustic electrics, by the way. You should check them out because they make really skinny necks, so they're a lot easier to play than a lot of other acoustic electrics out there. So I definitely recommend Dean's acoustic electrics for sure. They make some really nice ones. Yeah, that's it. My Dean acoustic electric. Now on to my bass guitars. So this is my Ibanez bass. This is an Ibanez GIO bass. They're not that expensive, about $250. This thing is just crazy. It has all kinds of different stuff on it. I couldn't tell you all the specs on it. I couldn't tell you all the specs on all my guitars. I can't remember all that stuff. If you guys thought I was going to tell you all that, you guys can look it all up. Just showing my guitar collection. But this thing is awesome. I bought it because it's a really nice, budget-friendly bass. And the one thing I like about Dean's, their basses, they make really slender necks, so they're really easy to play. I mean, you can play this like a guitar. Really easy to play. They sound really good. This thing has this tone knob here. I can't remember what this is called, but this changes things so rapidly on this thing. It's just crazy. But you got your volumes for your pickups, and you got one tone. You got a volume for the front, volume for the rear, and then you got a tone to set that. Most of the time I'm playing on the rear pickup when I'm playing this. Really lightweight, really well done. Nice skinny neck. It's skinny this way as well as this way. I love the a kind of horsehair kind of look crack that they have in it for the paint job on it. It's just done really well. This is a really comfortable guitar. It doesn't have neck dive. It sits really well on you, and it's just a great sounding bass. I mean, if you want a good solid bass, for a guy like me that's a guitar player that just needs a bass around to lay down bass tracks, this is a perfect bass to do it with. It sounds really great. It's a lot of fun to play, and it's great to learn on, and it's just a good solid bass. I would play this anywhere. I'd play this in any gig, any show. It holds tune really well, and it's not that expensive. Like I said, these things, they're like $249.99. I think is what they run, and it's just a great bass. I mean, if you're looking for a good solid backup, or even your main bass, for me, this is a main bass. I mean, I love playing it. It's just awesome, and Ibanez is really knocking out of the park with budget-friendly guitars and basses these days that you can't go wrong. I mean, this will hold its own at any show that you want to play. So, yeah, that's my Ibanez bass. That's the one bass I got. Well, the one full-size bass. Let's say that's the one full-size bass I have, because I have two others I'm going to show you. But that's it. That's my one full-size bass right there. Okay, we're almost done. I got this one and one more to show you guys. So this is my little Ibanez short-scale micro bass, and I love these things. These things are like playing a guitar. They're short-scale basses, super lightweight, sound really good. Got 2 volumes and a tone, and they're just a blast to play. They stay in tune really well, and these are the ones that I play more than anything when it comes to playing bass. I love just picking these up, walking around the house, jamming with them. You can get the action really low on them. They're just a lot of fun, and they're not expensive. They're like $189 for a really great budget-friendly bass that sounds good. I actually do a lot of recording with these because they're just a lot of fun to play, and for me, laying down bass tracks, can't go wrong. They're super awesome, super small. This one's just in gloss black. They got the, what do you call them? If you already call them pickups, they're like the PJ pickups, I guess is what they're called. Tell me if I'm wrong down the thing. But just the standard kind of bass setup type pickups on them. And you got the front 2 and then the single one in the back. And yeah, man, just an awesome, fun bass. And I would play this live any day of the week if I was a bass player. I would play these things. I would take these over the full-scale basses any day of the week because they're just so much fun to play. And you don't see guys playing live with these, so it'd be cool to see some guys, some bass players out there. Like if I ever get a gig being a bass player, I'm going out on the stage with these because they're so much fun to play, and it's just something different to see somebody jamming. So yeah, definitely check these out. These are the Ibanez Micro Series basses. They're micro short-scale basses. They sound amazing. I have videos on me playing these. I did a demo on this, on the white one that I have, which I'm going to show you guys. And they're just awesome. And there's plenty of reviews on these, and people tell you how great they are for a little budget-friendly basis. So definitely, that's my little Ibanez Micro in black. And last but not least is my other Ibanez Micro Series bass, and it's in pearl white. Same as the black bass. This is just the white one, and I just wanted to show it to you. They even got this really slick white strap that matches it. Same deal. It's got the 2 pickups in the front, 1 in the rear. 2 volumes, 1 tone. Short scale micro bass. These things run $189. They got a gazillion different colors. I like the black and white. That's why I bought the black and white one. I bought the black one first because I wanted a white one. They didn't have any in stock. So I went ahead and picked up the black one, and then when the white one came in stock, I bought it because I really wanted a white one. And I love both of them. They're so much fun to play. If you're a guitar player and you just want to have a bass to play or lay down tracks, these basses are a blast. I love ripping out on these basses. They are so much fun to play. And they've made me really like short scale basses. I've decided, you know, that's basically what I'm going to buy from now on when I buy more basses. Is I'm going to try to find short scale basses to play because I just love the short scale basses because to me it's just like playing the guitar and I can play it better, and so I really like them a lot. So that's this is the Ibanez Micro Series short scale bass. They are awesome. This is in the pearl white. This is my last guitar I have. If you guys stayed through the whole video, thanks. I know there's a lot of guitars to go through. That's my collection as of now. Probably by the end of the year I'm going to add a few more guitars, so when I do another one of these you'll get to see some new ones. But that's it. That's what I got. That's my guitar collection. That is all of them, I think. Yeah, that's all of them. I don't think I have any more in any cases anymore. So yeah, it should be about 16 guitars, I think. But that's all my guitars in my guitar collection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell me which guitars were your favorites down below. Tell me which ones you like, which ones you don't like, I guess. Hopefully you didn't like any of them because I like them all. But tell me which one of your favorites are. Tell me which ones you guys would be interested in. If you have any questions on individual guitars that I showed, then ask me and I can probably answer them for you. I didn't list off all the specs for all the guitars because I can't remember all that stuff. So if that's what you were expecting, I'm sorry. You guys can look it up. If you have specific questions, ask me. I may know it for that guitar or whatever, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. But yep, that's it. That's my guitar. That is my guitar collection. So thanks for watching the channel. I appreciate you guys sticking out. And we'll see you on the next one.